Hey, this your girl msyelladiva. I'm bringing you another episode of Belle Collective Season 6, Episode 7. Oh, this is the season finale. The next week is the reunion. Believe in miracles or Belle-lieve in miracles, okay? If you are new here, welcome, 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 welcome. This is the Diva Nation. And we do reviews here, okay? And if you're returning, welcome back, y'all. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Give me a thumbs up. Like and share and comment and subscribe to my channel. And we will begin, okay? All right, so Glen bought some Chinese food for Latrice to come home. Okay, so he put them on the plate and stuff, looking all spiffy and stuff, trying to put the shit on the plate, just like Glen, not Glen, just like Cliff did for Latrice. Anyway, so Letitia comes in. He was like, I could have got your bags and stuff. She come in. She said she exhausted. She tired. She got a lot on her mind, and so she in the confessional talking about the two people that I pour into. They never pour into me. They don't never have my back. I think you don't. I don't think you pour into Latrice like that. I don't think you pour into Latrice like that. You definitely pour into Glen, okay? You definitely pour into Glen all day, every day, okay? But I don't think you pour into Latrice like that, okay? So Letitia said she told Glen that her and Latrice had a conversation. She was like, it was very emotional. We cried and whatever. She was like, but I don't know if it was genuine. I think it was genuine. I think it was genuine. But we'll find out eventually. So, um, so yeah, she said she don't think she said she don't know if it was genuine. I ain't gonna say she don't think it's genuine. She said she don't know if it's genuine. Anyway, so Latrice pack her little suitcase and go to this studio condo. I thought it was a real condo. This is a studio. Okay, everything in one room. The I don't know if it had a full size refrigerator in there. It had a two burner stove. I don't know if it had an oven. Okay, it had a wonderful closet. That closet was the best part of the damn place. Honestly, I was just like, I honestly thought it was like a condo. No, this is studio condo. Okay, this is studio. Okay. They probably couldn't rent this one. So Cliff decided to stay in there. They couldn't rent that one, okay? Cause that's the studio. Literally, it was like couch and bed. It was a nice bed, but it was couch and bed. But Cliff was like, "What you coming in here for? What you?" She said, "If you in here, I'm gonna be in here too." And then he gonna talk about you gonna make groceries. That is country enough. You gonna make groceries. You gonna make groceries. And so Latrice was like, we got a whole restaurant downstairs. We don't need to make no groceries. She said, but if you want me to bring some groceries up in here, you just gotta make a list. Do you have a full size refrigerator? For real. I ain't seen no refrigerator in there. Or you got one of them little bitty ones. Oh my God. You make groceries. And I know you ain't got no freezer in there if it's just this much. What? Anyway, that was the end of that scene. You gonna make groceries? That is country. Anyway, so Letitia still talking to Glen, talking about, why didn't you tell me what was going on with you and Amanda? She was like, I've been kikiing with her, and we were, we've been trying to do a friendship and stuff like that. Glen was like, there was nothing to tell. There was nothing to tell. Well, you should have told her something. You should have told her that, yeah, this girl been trying to get in my DMs. You should have put it all on her. Even though it was all on you, you should have put it all on her. And if you're gonna lie like that, yeah, she was trying to get in my DMs and stuff like that. So she won't be kikiing with this lady that's trying to ruin her marriage. She already said I could fuck him if I wanted to. Then she gonna talk about, she gonna tell Latrice and Tambra, talking about, you see what he go on to. I Listen, I want to see Amanda in that reunion. Okay, you see what he go home to. That was just rude. That was just rude. But you saying, you got respect for her. Y'all trying to, develop a friendship. She calling you Mandy, but you gonna say, you see what he go home to, and you could fuck him if you wanted to. Come on, Mandy. Anyway, so Glen said, I got, free up Friday. I got a surprise for you. All right. So Tambra and Damon meet with some money coach named Swole.
Whack. Stop it. Get some help.
Named Swole. Okay. All right. He gonna give Tambra some BS about men, money, and manhood. Okay. I didn't really I really I just really felt like he was saying some bullshit. So he gonna give her a thing about men, money, and manhood. Okay. So, and Tambra was like, "Oh, okay, I get it. Yeah, whatever." So, Demond said he has been in the mindset of us and not just him. But he is open to get help from Tambra, because Tambra apparently is all about her money, and I guess he ain't really all about his money, so he's willing to get help from Tambra, so he and she can be all about their money. Okay, that's how I saw it. Okay. Anyway, I think that's the reason why they ain't got married, because he ain't good with money. And I don't blame her. I don't blame her at all, honey, because once you get married, your stuff go in with his stuff. And no, because if he got all the bills and all the whatever else that he got going on, people suing him and all that other stuff. They could be over there taking your money now. Tamara, you all right. You all right. You stay right there. Don't get married, honey, until he get his whole money situation together. And still, I still wouldn't marry him, because what if he decide to, open a business and shit like that, and then all of a sudden it fail, and then people suing him, and they come after you? Nope, no, thank you. Moving on. Glen goes to meet Cliff at the restaurant. Glen feels like he Glen feels like Cliff and Latrice set him and Letitia up at the pool party. Cliff was like, you shouldn't have got upset. You said you should have remained calm, because that made you look guilty. And that kind of did make you look guilty. Okay. Where you was trying to beat the little stud girl up. Okay. You trying to beat her up. Okay. But then when Mandy was like, "Am I lying? Am I lying? Am I lying?" You ain't say nothing, so that made you look even more guilty. So hey, it is what it is. Okay. Um, Glenn said Latrice knew because she was her hairstylist, so she probably said something back in the day. I don't know. But Glenn said you should have had my back more than what you did. Cliff said, "Well, listen, I can't control my wife or her friends." Cliff said, "I can't control my wife or her friends." Okay. So it is what it is. If you gonna be friends with me, you gotta know that I can't control my wife. Okay, I can talk shit to her, but I can't control her. Okay, but Cliff said, but you can trust me. He said, because Glenn was like, I just need to know if it's a safe space. And Cliff said, well, you can trust me for me to be safe with you, but I can't trust, you can't trust everybody to be safe because people are jealous. People want to destroy what you got. Okay. I don't know what you got, but okay. So Glenn said, I'm doing something for Letitia, and I'm not inviting you or Latrice because, you know, we all know why. Okay, we all know why. So Selena goes to the house that her son was unalived at. So everybody was there, and I want to say kudos to you guys. Okay, kudos. Okay, everybody was there. Okay, even husbands were there. Okay, I don't know if Tamber was there. I don't think Tamber was there, but everybody else was there. Okay, and so Marie, give me here, Marie. How many bodysuits you got? Okay, because I done seen the brown one, I done seen the light blue one, now this pink one. Okay, we all know that your body is tight because you had your mommy makeover, okay? Okay. So you got your BBL, you done got your flat stomach, you done got your titties lifted, everything. You done got your lipo 360. We okay. But stop with these bodysuits, child. Now it's a pink one. Okay? We know your body is tight. It's okay. Okay? Jesus Christ. Anyway. But Latrice was like, listen, she said because they can't they basically can't find Quincy's killer, and apparently Quincy used to work for Cliff, so he knows Quincy was a good child and stuff. And Latrice was like, maybe we should give a reward, and so they're going to come up with a reward to see if somebody will talk, because money talks, you know, and so somebody will give some information to catch the killers because I think it's been for 5 years. It's going on 6 years now. Since he's been unalive. That was back in 2020. Yeah, we was shit. We was in lockdown when we COVID. Yeah, I think so. So yeah. So Latrice was like, we need to come up with a reward. All right. So Glenn is preparing for this recommitment ceremony for Letitia. He invited his stepfather and Letitia's mom, uh, Dr. Marie Monroe said there's nothing done at the little spot that he wants it So then Letitia pull up and she mad because she said all these people calling her about this recommitment ceremony because it's the last minute, and so everybody trying to do the stuff at the last minute, and apparently nobody knew it was a surprise for her, so everybody calling her about this recommitment ceremony. And so Letitia in the confessional's like, you couldn't do this ceremony properly, so this is a half-ass recommitment ceremony, and it was okay. But Latrice invited everybody else to taste. She invited everybody, but Marie, Cedric, and Letitia and Glen are at the recommitment ceremony, which I'm not going over that because I don't believe one word that Glen says, okay? Basically, they recommitted to each other. I don't know how many times they have recommitted to each other, but they have recommitted to each other again. Moving on. Latrice invited everybody else to taste to make up for the pool party. So Carrie and Matt came, and Selena and Tamra show up. And so Cliff says Letitia and Glen are having a recommitment ceremony, and they're renewing their vows today. And Carrie and Selena was like, I would have liked to attend and things like that. And Tamra was like, well, it's a pattern, you know. She said because, it was a pattern because he did this when during the DNA test. And so Matt was like, what are we talking about? What DNA test? And she was like, yeah, DNA test for an outside baby. When the once he found out that he was not the father, he made this re-proposal rap and whatever. And so so Tamara was like, he messes up, and then then he makes some grand gesture. And so Selena was like, well, you think he gonna change? And Cliff was like, he gonna change for the next 60 days. And Latrice was like, she was like, what is it? Is it a tiger or is it a zebra that don't change their stripes? He's like, none of them. He said none of them. So basically, Glen gonna be good for 60 days, and he gonna do the same shit in different day. Okay, that what Cliff's saying, and that what Latrice saying, cause he ain't changing no spots, no tiger. That's what his tiger don't change no spots or stripes, and zebra don't change the stripes, honey. Please, and don't nobody believe Glen. The next season, he gonna be in the doghouse again. You mark my words. Anyway, that was the end of the episode because I was not going into that little recommitment ceremony because it was stupid. Okay. Anyway, give me a thumbs up, like and share and comment and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.